What's good, y'all? And yo, welcome to the channel. Welcome to this video. So basically, what I want to do is talk to you guys about this Jay-Z and NFL situation, right? Our boy Jay-Z is partnering up with the NFL. Jay-Z's Rock Nation is partnering up with the NFL for number one, be the co-producer of halftime performances, not just in the Super Bowl, but during different shows and programs, as well as being the social, what's the term? The social equality person. So basically to like spark that conversation and spark certain programs within the NFL to help with like social awareness and social, he's on this whole wave of prison reform and stuff to helping out with the brand of that. And man, when I heard this news, man, I mean, I'm not the biggest Jay-Z stan. I think he's a dope artist. I think he's a dope thinker. I think he has a great group of guys around him. A lot of his moves have been so just chess-worthy, man. Like, if you can't respect anything else, you gotta respect the way this guy moves. I recently had a conversation with one of my friends. Shout out to K-Sad. Not much of a conversation, but more so just I was typing something to him, and what kind of came out, like you have a flow of consciousness, and while you're typing, certain ideas and certain thoughts just come to your head, and it really made me realize, like, the key to this guy's success is the fact that he has an ability to solve a problem and to create win-win situations for entities beyond his emotional, but beyond his emotions, right? The average person wouldn't mess with the NFL because the NFL has is developing this brand of being like a racist organization, right? They're not giving black people leadership positions, or a lot of the NFL owners are considered old white guys who will gladly put football players on the field, but if you stand up for your rights or stand up for like social equality, with Colin Kaepernick and all that situation, they have the power to blackball you instead of opening up conversation, right? Most people wouldn't even mess with that. Most people, because of their emotion, would think like, I don't want to mess with the NFL. The NFL, it's the bad guy. They're the demons, the devils, and as I'm like watching his moves and watching what he's doing, this isn't the first time he's done that. This isn't the first time he's aligned himself with the opposition with the intent on making a situation better rather than critiquing the situation and not having no influence in that situation, right? So in this NFL situation, it was very interesting to see. It was just announced yesterday, so we don't know what's gonna be happening. We don't know the details, the extreme details, right? They let us all, they let us get a little bit of information. We don't know what he's gonna be getting in exchange for co-producing a lot of these acts and programs. We don't know. I just woke up like an hour ago. Excuse me, guys. We don't know what he's going to be doing on the social equality forum, right? Is this just a way for him to line his artists to be halftime show performers, right? Is this just a situation where he's aligning himself to co-produce maybe a halftime show for himself in the upcoming years, maybe in 2020? We don't know, right? But for right now, we don't know the final details or the key details heading into this partnership. But what we do know is that the way this guy is maneuvering is unlike any person that we are seeing. Who else do you know is changing their brands and the things that they dabble in so frequently? Excuse me. Oh my gosh. But they're changing their brand so frequently. I think that's something that has to be really, really looked at. We look back in, I think it was 2013 or maybe even before that, when he was a sports agent. He was he was brought in with the Brooklyn Nets to introduce the Brooklyn Nets into Brooklyn, right? And after that happened, he became a sports agent and launched Rock Sports, or Rock Nation through sports, or their sports agency affiliated with Rock Nation. Like, it's really, really crazy, this guy's moves. But let me get right back to you because my battery's about to die. Yeah, so we're back. My video was tripping. Well, the battery was. So like I was saying, I think, you know, when you go back in time and see some of his moves and how he branded himself in different over the years as, you know, this person that was introducing the Nets to Brooklyn. He was a key factor in that, right? In the acceptance of Brooklyn into this platform. You know, you look at his ability to create Rock Nation Sports. Excuse me. To create Rock Nation Sports. We also look at his ability to not just create Rock Nation Sports, but it's one thing to create an agency. It's another thing to persuade other people to join your agency and manage their careers. You know, you look at Kevin Durant, I believe Kyrie Irving as well. You look at all these people, and it's just very interesting to see the level of influence that this guy has, you know, over the culture of what we consider sports and hip hop. He has his hands in both, you know, and he's doing it on such a wide spectrum. He's doing it on such a wide playing field, you know, and it made me really think about myself, and it really made me think about how I govern my relationships with people, and maybe like people I don't necessarily get along with, or people that I might not want to do business with, or people I just don't mess with, right? The whole concept of win-win situations, win-win, you know, concepts, and entering into a partnership with someone on the basis of win-win. What can I provide for you, and in turn, what can you provide for me, so that we both win, right? Because it's so easy to say, you know, as a person who's in a partnership, you just want to use that other person, right? That's a messed up way of doing business, but that's how some people look at business sometimes. It's like, how can I partner up with someone and take what they have for myself while offering up the least amount? And it really made me think about what win-win situations in my life can I really think about and really like explore and really like devote my time into, because that's where the magic is made. Oh man, yeah, but that's where the magic is made. So I think it's very important to really think about that, and that's what I'm thinking about right now, based on his moves. You know, what specifically can I work on to create win-win situations for myself? Because at the end of the day, NFL has something that Jay-Z does not, which is they have an organization that caters to a large percentage of the population of black males. Number two, they have, you know, so many outlets, you know, so much advertising dollars. They have priority on ESPN or different other different networks to stream football games. You know, they have different apps. Like, I think when you look at the amount of ways that the NFL can make money, it is ridiculous. The amount of money, the salary caps on some of these, not just athletes, but like owners, the GMs, the owners of the games, the commissioner, like the amount of money that flows through this game is quite ridiculous. And when we look at it from that standpoint, it's just like there's so much that can be learned from what he's doing. And it may be a learning experience for him as well, as he like embarks on this new partnership or new adventure with the NFL. So I don't know. I think it's very interesting. What are your comments and thoughts below on the matter? You know, because I'm trying to do my best to not look at it on an emotional standpoint, but look at it as a business standpoint, or just trying to imagine what he's thinking. As he's like forming these partnerships, when he decides to make that call to the NFL, you know, what is the conversation like? How does the, you know, even for NFL, last time they maybe heard of Jay-Z was, you know, NFL reached out to me, I don't need you, you need me, bar that he spit in ape shit with his wife Beyonce. So it's just like, you kind of publicly say you don't need the NFL, but then a year later, you're in a partnership with them. So it's just kind of like a weird, I don't want to be utilized as an artist, I'd rather be utilized as a business individual. Maybe that he's kind of, his thought process is in. And then it kind of makes you think the NFL may be really, really Like, what did Jay-Z say to make the NFL say yes? Because you can have the best idea in the world, but at the end of the day, the person has to say yes. So it really makes me think the level of chess moves that this guy is doing. So, like I said, those are my thoughts. Those are my review of the article that I read, and I think it's pretty cool. What are your thoughts below? Do you think Jay-Z's in the right? Do you think Jay-Z's in the wrong for partnering up with the NFL? Do you think the NFL's in the right or wrong for pairing up with a rapper slash businessman slash ex-gangster? You know what I'm saying? Like, very, very interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. I'm really interested to see what your thoughts are. So please, put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. Hey, because it could be the opposite of what I think. You could think that Jay-Z is just a person who is just seeking opportunity in another way to make money. This could force him to, I don't know. We don't know what his thought process is. This dude's a very cool, calm, and collected individual who plans his moves long term. What do you think his next chess move will be after this? He had a lyric back in the, I think, early 2000s or 90s that said, "Don't follow me, young, and follow my moves." I'm following your moves, man, and it's like I'm trying to predict what your next move will be. So, like I said, comment below. What do you think his next move will be? What do you think about this actual partnership? Do you think it's the best thing for Jay-Z? Do you think it's the best thing for the culture? Because at the end of the day, we consume NFL. We consume football. So do you think that this is going to be the thing that will make the NFL the biggest thing? I mean, it's already the biggest thing in the United States. Let's not get it twisted. But in terms of, like, the new cool thing, do you think that this is the missing piece? Do you think that this is what's the best thing for the culture? All right, so leave your comments below. Leave your comments below, notifications. Definitely subscribe to the channel. More content is coming. We're just getting it popping. All right, so until then, y'all have a chill day. You know what I'm saying? And really stay tuned on this article. I really think that it's gonna be some interesting news dropping real soon. All right. Until then, peace.